All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for racing. Up front, AJ Godsey and Mark Dantuma have the front row. DJ the Iceman Kenner and Matt Stewart on the second row. Mark Nelson, Stephen Gibson on the third. Kyle Holden and Gerald Danos Poole on the fourth row. Albie Hewen, Richie West round out your top 10. Jared Easley in 11th with Kevin Reed in 12th. Zach Henson starts 13th, Jeff Hinkle in 14th. Newcomer Greg Snellgrove starting in 15th, Mike Smith starts 16th. Ray Hillhouse in 17th, Rick Surgeon in 18th, Tyler Hallahan in 19th, and Vern Spring starts 20th. Donald Durant, Eric Stoy, Patrick Lucio, Jason Rome, Chris Stroop, Kyle Mundell, and Nick Marco round out the 27-car field at Homestead. Harley Barletta telling the rest of the field good luck because he was scared to show up to Homestead. Will we see Harley later tonight at Kansas is the question. Harley did confirm he is too scared of running the BRR at Homestead. I don't blame him. Given the track temperature, this one is going to get a bit interesting. Well, let's take a quick look and see if temps have gone down at all. Track temperature has gone up. It's now 132 degrees. Air temperature still 75, but man, that track temperature is going to make it interesting. The tires are going to get hot, slick, and start sliding really, really quick. Looks like we do have one car starting from pit road, sitting in his pit stall, trying to determine who that is as everybody rolls out. Look, nope, Nick Marco did make it out on track. Kevin did a share and sent the bonus horsepower to Jared Heasley. So, Jared, don't fail him now. Get that MS Society car up into victory lane. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Pace car about to hit pit road. Barney the Flagman in control. Pace car is going to go around one more time. They extended the start of this one. I have to wonder why Wild Bill Percy is not out on track tonight. AJ Godsey leads the field around one last time, then the green flag drops. Here we go, out of turn 4. Pace car will drop in this time. Pace car is in. Barney the Flagman gets ready. Here we go. Green flag in the air there, down and away at Homestead. 2 wide, 3 wide, and a few places into turn 1. As it looks like Kyle Holden is shooting all the gaps, trying to move forward. Down through turn 3, Holden already moving forward. Kevin Reed really on the march, up 4 spots. About to make it 5, and AJ Godsey leads lap 1. Kevin Reed on the march, as well as Gerald Poole up 3 spots already. Caution is out early. First caution of the night. Holy cow, looks like Gibson got a little bit of a bump up into the wall. Mundell had nowhere to go. Donald Durant gets caught up in it as well. Our first caution of the night, lap 2. Bill Percy predicting Mike Smith for the win here tonight. Mike already up 4 spots into 12th place, but Vern Spring is already up 7 spots into 13th, and Chris Stroop up 8 spots into 17th. We have several drivers starting to charge here early. Kyle Holden has made his way up into 5th. Gerald Poole having a great start up to 6th. Kevin Reed is full sending that Finelli Ironworks car up into 7th place. And let's see if we can talk to the driver of the 64. Hey Kevin, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, what's up, Doug?
Hey, man, you just shot out of this thing like a rocket to start this race.
Well, the inside line didn't get a good run, and I figured, well, I better take advantage and try to stay up here if I can.
It probably will pay off in the long run. How do you feel about your car here tonight?
It feels pretty good, actually. I'm pretty happy. I could be a little bit better coming off corners, but I think everybody's suffering with that same issue here. It's the nature of Homestead.
That and the extreme track temperature here tonight is going to make things interesting on the long runs as well.
Yes. We won't talk about that. I got chipmunks blowing on my tires now.
Do you? Well, that should help. You might check around, see if somebody has some peanut butter you could use.
Yeah.
Well, man, good luck. A great start to this race so far, and hopefully you continue moving forward.
Yeah, I hope so too, Doug. Thank you.
Kevin Reed up 5 spots into 7th. As mentioned, Vern Spring already up 7 spots. Chris Stroop now up 8 spots. Richie West struggling here early, has dropped 8 spots back into 18th. On the upshot, on the restart, all their tires will be warm. However, we'll keep an eye on Canadian Stig just in case he pulls a Canadian restart. Should be getting 1 to green this time. They begin to stack back up. And it looks like AJ is choosing the high line on the restart. Mark Dantuma will start on the bottom. DJ Kenner, Matt Stewart on the second row. Gerald Poole, Kyle Holden on the third row, Kevin Reed, Mark Nelson, Albie Hewins, and Zach Henson rounding out your top 10. And a lot of guys outside the top 10 already starting to march their way forward. Coming out of turn 4, pace car about to drop in. Tonight's competition caution will come on lap 36. Pace car is in. Barney getting ready there in the zone, and green flag back in the air. AJ quickly to the lead, slides down in front of Dan Tuma. Dan Tuma looking low here early. Mark has the run on the bottom. Can he get it done? AJ will have the momentum on the high side. Kyle Holden now comes by the Iceman and takes third. AJ is leading at the line, pulls back to the lead. Kyle Holden just set the fastest lap so far. DJ right behind him. Matt Stewart in 5th, Kevin Reed 6th, Gerald Poole in 7th. Last week's winner, Mark Nelson in 8th. And it looks like Albie Hewins starting to make some more moves on the bottom, but loses a lot of momentum into 3. Meanwhile, Stewart side by side with Gerald Poole down the front straightaway. That is the battle for 6th. Mark Nelson right on Thanos' bumper. Zach Henson looking on the high side, and it looks like Nelson's got a run underneath Stewart. The top 4 single file, nose to tail. Looks like Kyle Holden is going to look low out of 4. Kevin Reed closing in now in the top 5. Gerald Poole has cleared into 6. Mark Nelson now up to 7th. Stewart back to 8th. Zach Henson in 9th. Albie in 10th. Vern Spring continuing to make his march forward, but so is Ray Hillhouse. Ray up 4 spots now into 13th. Hillhouse looking for 12th from Vern, but no opening to move forward. Vern a little loose through 1 and 2, but gets it gathered up, keeps going. AJ Godsey still in the lead. Holden looking for 2nd from Mark Dantuma. And while they're side by side, a lot of cars closing the gap. Dantuma gets the nose ahead going off into the turn. DJ Kenner sits in 5th, Kevin Reed in 6th. Gerald Poole has caught the lead pack. And here comes Zach Henson and Mark Nelson. Matt Stewart now in 9th. Albie Hewins in 10th. Jared Heasley in 11th. Heasley going way up top, made it 3 wide. And Heasley gets 2 for 1 through 1 and 2. Hey, thanks, Kevin. Here we go. Kyle Holden battles for the lead. Holden gets the lead from AJ Godsey, the first lead change of the night. DJ Kenner back up into third. Now Mark Dantula to fourth. Kevin Reed in fifth. I have to agree, they are flying out here. Zach Henson, another one of the cars on the move, now up into seventh. Trying to take seventh from Mark Nelson. Nelson fighting back on the high side, though. Heasley up into ninth, is now closing the gap. With the hot track temperatures, lap times are going to start falling off very, very quickly. They can make it to the competition caution on fuel, but will need one green flag pit stop during the second run. Competition caution will come at lap 36. Most of the drivers saying 50 to 55 laps on the tank. Holden already pulling a half-second gap on AJ. Vern Spring in 8th place, trying to navigate his way through traffic. Under Albie Hewins, Jeff Hinkle right behind. Hinkle was extremely fast in practice and in qualifying. Really surprised he is not further up. Richie West had drifted all the way back to 19th earlier on in the race, has fought his way back up to 14th. Ray Hillhouse up a couple spots now into 15th. Chris Stroop up 9 spots into 16th. Oh, Zach Henson loose off of 2, gets it gathered up, but holy crap. Great save by Zach Henson. That car was way out of shape. Jared Easley takes advantage on the high side. "19 laps into this, tires are starting to wear. AJ up the track just a little bit, and down to the bottom comes the Iceman. Hey, good evening, DP. How you doing, buddy? Kevin Reed now moving into 4th, coming under Mark Dantuma. Mark Nelson now closing in. Gerald Poole is still there. Heasley is coming. Henson is coming. Matt Stewart back in 10th. Man, Jeff Hinkle is coming alive. Long run is where Jeff Hinkle likes to be. Jeff up to 12th, battling with Albie for 11th. Kyle Holden trying to extend the lead. Now DJ Kenner in 2nd place. The Iceman starting to close in on the leader. Chris Stroop now up to 15th. Hillhouse has made his way to 14th. Richie West now to 13th. Patrick Coluccio up 5 spots into 18th. Mike Smith now back in 19th. Canadian Stig is in 20th. Kyle Holden's lead is shrinking quickly. The Iceman cometh. That time by, the DJ didn't have the same momentum out of turn 4 that Holden had. AJ in third, now 1 second back after leading early. Kevin Reed in fourth, Dan Tuma in fifth. Still nose to tail, these two trying to reel in the top three. Mark Nelson lurking in sixth. Jared Heasley in seventh. Zach Henson in eighth, looks low out of four, does not have the momentum. Gerald Poole now in ninth, Matt Stewart in 10th. Stewart starting to close in just a little bit on Gerald Poole. Correction, Stewart closed in a lot on Gerald Poole out of turn two. He just shot. Matt Stewart now goes to ninth, sets his sights on Zach Henson. Jeff Hinkle in 11th, not seeing the charge out of him that we usually see on the... Oh! Gerald Poole gets a little bit of the wall out of turn two, but saves it. DJ Kenner still trying to run down the leader. Kyle Holden has given himself some breathing room. Mark Dantuma has gotten back past Kevin Reed. Kevin now to fifth. Dantuma back up to fourth. Dantuma did say in pre-race he does not expect to survive this one. He is back in a Ford tonight and could explode at any minute. Plus, he does not have parrot polish on the car tonight to hold it together. Just under 10 laps to the competition caution. Jeff Hinkle just moved into the top 10, getting past Richie West. Richie has had quite a comeback, though. Early on in the race, went all the way back to 18th, charged to back up into 10th place. Currently running in 11th. Oh, that is a Chucky paint scheme. Now I see it. Chucky has been busy around that car, obviously. Ray Hillhouse now up into 12th. He has been forward, back a little bit tonight. Also, he's not in the Dodge tonight, so who knows what'll happen. Actually, he is showing the Dodge Charger. Just did not look like it on the front. Hillhouse in a different Dodge tonight. Kyle Holden continues to lead and has pulled a 1 second gap on DJ Kenner. AJ Godsey's looking to reclaim second. AJ shoots to the high side into turn 3 and reclaims second place. Mark Dantuma now in fourth, trying to reel in the top 3, is actually gaining some ground. Now just under a second behind DJ. Gerald Poole started in 8th, got as high as 5th, but old tires starting to fade, now back into 16th. Chris Stroop biggest mover of the race so far, 12 spots into 13th. Not yet, Kevin. Not yet. DJ Kenner now slipping back to third. Mark Dantuma rather, about 1 second behind. Last week's winner, Mark Nelson, back in 6th place, but Heasley is on the move, and we talked about how hot this track is. Track is currently 133 degrees. It was 129 in qualifying. Now it just went up. It's getting hotter as they lay down the laps and rubber, and that explains a lot of this track sliding, these cars sliding around out here. It also explains why these guys have lost a full second on their lap times. Second place, AJ Godsey's fastest lap of 33.86. Last time by, 33.92. Excuse me, as AJ quickly gets back to Kyle Holden's bumper, he's going back to the lead. AJ drops it to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Can he clear? Not yet. Holden has the momentum advantage on the high side. Mark Dantuma now to 4th. Kevin Reed into 5th. Caution is out. Competition caution. Stephen Gibson appears to be done for the night. Greg Snellgrove should be getting a lap back here. Kyle Mundell currently several laps down. Nick Marco on pit road. I don't believe Marco will be back. Time will tell. Kyle Holden looking for the pace car to slow down and get ready to come to pit road. Now they will have a long run that they cannot save enough fuel. Drivers were talking about whether or not it would be possible to save enough fuel if they restart about lap 40. That's about 5 laps more than anybody can go that they know of. It would take a ton of fuel saving to go the distance. And likely more fuel saving. I know of more fuel saving than most of these drivers want to do. Matt Stewart has made his way up into 7th place. We'll try and get a word with him in just a moment. Everybody on pit road. Donald Durant has a problem, as does Rick Sargent. Let's see what happened with Durant here. Oh, Rick Sargent just smacks the wall, blocked Durant's pit road entrance. Not sure what happened with Rick here. Looked like he might have been giving instructions to the pit crew. Just did not get the car. Mike Smith catches a piece of it. Some craziness under caution here. Matt Stewart has been in the top 10 all night. Let's see if we can talk to him. Hey, Matt, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, Doug?
Hey, dude. You've had a great run going so far tonight, hanging out in the top 10. How are you feeling about your chances here?
I feel good if it stays green. Definitely, I like the tire fall off in the long run. Hope we don't get a bunch of yellows.
I have to say, we've been watching the track temperature go up and up and up, and as it does, we're seeing a lot of guys really losing the back end, and I know drivers in pre-race talking about that right rear getting ate up. How bad is it?
Yeah, it's definitely getting greasy. I'm just definitely babying it a little bit. Trying to follow DJ's lead. He taught me everything I know about this place, so whatever he does, I'm going to do.
Well, that is probably a very good answer and solution to this race.
Yeah, he I think he's going to be tough to beat here. He's just biding his time, I think.
I have to agree. Based on what we have watched so far, DJ has definitely got one of the cars to beat. A great run so far, man. Good luck here, buddy.
Thanks, Doug. I'll talk to you soon.
Matt Stewart currently sits in 8th, following DJ Kenner. Following DJ's lead, DJ currently sitting in 3rd place. DJ has been to the lead tonight, but has not really pushed the car terribly hard. Rick Sargent is back out on track. The car is repaired and good to go. Same with Greg Snellgrove. Same with Donald Durant. All 3 drivers. And let's take a quick look at Mike Smith. Mike was caught up in that incident coming to pit road. Did not look like he took any significant damage. That car does still show just a little bit of damage on the front end, but not a dramatic amount. He should be okay. All right, here we go. Pace car in, AJ in control. They fire green back in the air. AJ managed to come into pit road second, come off first. Kyle Holden came in and lost the lead. Dan Tuma sits in 3rd. Now DJ up to 4th. And a lot of action mid-pack as we've got drivers on the move. Jeff Hinkle starting to make his way up into the top 10. Ray Yellowhouse also now in the top 10. Richie West back up in 11th. Chris Stroop in 12th. In 36 laps, Chris Stroop made up 13 spots. Currently sits in 12th place. That does not bode well for the others. Jared Easley back up on the high side, back to 13th place. We saw what he could do on the high side earlier, taking 2 cars in a turn. Can he do it again here? Jared way the heck up there. But carries the momentum. Oh, gets a little bit of the wall. Tyler Allahan trying to take advantage of 3 wide back behind as Gerald Poole, Patrick Coluccio, and Canadian Stick go at it. AJ Godsey continues to lead. DJ just set the fastest lap of the race. Even more impressive when you consider this track is hotter, making it harder to go faster. And now Kevin Reed setting the fastest lap. . the drivers having an amazing race here tonight. Kyle Holden is looking to the high side. He wants the lead back. Nobody can go the distance on fuel. They will have to have a green flag pit stop. And everybody can make it the distance from about lap 60. And it's getting sketchy back here. Hallahan trying to make his way forward with Patrick Coluccio. Hillhouse mixed up in this as well. Albie Hewins is there. Albie Hewins down low, battles with Hillhouse side by side. Gerald Poole, who was up in the top 5 earlier tonight, now back in 18th, trying to make his way back toward the front. Vern Springs starting to move forward as well. Kyle Holden reclaiming the lead. The Iceman is coming. DJ the Iceman Kidder going to second place. AJ Godsey now to third. DJ Kenner has not been racing every event this season. Currently sits in 33rd place in points. With the podium finish tonight, could hop way up the standings. Could easily crack his way back into the top 20 here. Kevin Reed also positioned to pick up a lot of points here tonight. Surprisingly, Kevin back in 19th in points. Picked up 11 spots last week. Looking to pick up a lot more here tonight. But the biggest mover in points last week, Mark Nelson. Mark made up 12 spots, moves up to 6th in points after finally getting his win in first win in BRR competition. Holden back to the lead, opening up a small gap on DJ. AJ Godsey in third. Zach Henson out of nowhere up to fourth. Kevin Reed currently sits fifth. Mark Dantuma back to sixth. Mark Nelson in seventh. Matt Stewart in eighth. Hinkle in ninth. Richie West now back into the top 10 in 10th. And Jared Easley on the high side picks off Stroop as he begins his march back toward the front. Easley using every bit of the track. I think he kissed the wall that time. Watching to see if Easley gets the wall. He gets that massive, massive run out of the turns from that high line, and you see the difference it makes. Yeet indeed, full send. Easley now back into the top 10, and man, what a move. I just realized Heasley's in the 43 this season, and I'm confused. Kyle Holden continues to lead, and while we're about to the halfway point, it's time to check in with our favorite race control, Nicole. That's what she said, Creasel. Hey, Nicole, it's Doug. You got me?
Yep, I gotcha.
So it's been a quiet night so far, but that pit stop sequence was a bit interesting.
Yes, it was.
Were there any comments over the radio after those three individuals had that incident at the end of pit road?
Nope, everybody's kind of quiet tonight.
That is kind of a shocker considering the close calls we've seen out here.
Yeah, I know. There's been a lot of them. With the track being as hot as they are, it's really slick.
That has definitely been something we have obviously seen a lot of. Watching this, that first run to the competition caution, who do you think has the biggest chance to win here tonight?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but AJ's looking pretty good again.
And did AJ happen to say if he was struggling or not during the pre-race?
No, he did not say this time.
Well, you know, if he didn't say it, he's probably not going to win. I mean, he might finish second or third, but somebody, if he's not struggling, I don't know.
Yeah, if he says he's not struggling, he won't win.
This is true. Well, good luck tonight. I know it's going to be a fairly easy night. How was last night's race? Was there a lot of green flag racing in the Arcas?
There was some, but I know there was a few cautions on there.
Well, good luck. You may need it tonight.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Nicole, that's what she said. Creasel in race control. We are so thankful to have her in race control. Nights like tonight, a little bit easier, but some nights, she has her hands full keeping these guys in line. AJ Gotze back to third. DJ Kenner sitting in second. And as you heard Matt Stewart say a few moments ago, DJ is not even pushing it yet. And having watched DJ race here more than a few times, I can tell you when he's ready to crank it up late in the run, I don't know that Kyle Holden can hold him off. Mark Dantuma holding on to the top 5 spot, and Jared Heasley starting to make a move on Hinkle, can't quite get there. But the MS Society car to the high line, lost some momentum on entry there, but always carries it off. Jared up to the high side in 1 and 2. This is where he has had a little bit of a struggle, middle of 1 and 2. This time, no issues. Richie West, though, keeps charging back on the bottom. Jeff Hinkle in 9th place. Matt Stewart in 8th. Mark Nelson in 7th. Worth noting, after last week's race, AJ Gotze took the points lead. Chris Stroop moves into 2nd. Kyle Holden drifted back into 3rd after being out early. So Holden looking to make up and reclaim his points lead here tonight. As we mentioned, Chris Stroop moved up to 2nd in points after last week's race. Stroop currently in 12th place after starting 25th. Continuing to make his way forward in that yellow 37 car. Kyle Mundell has gone to pit road, the first driver to begin the green cycle of green flag stops. Fall off so far in this run has been about a half a second a lap. Everybody last pitted about 25 laps ago on lap 37. Mundell coming back out off of pit road. He will be on track alone. He'll be faster than everybody else, though. Taking a look at the cycle of pit stops, everybody pitted 25 laps ago on lap 37. We'll keep an eye on this as pit stops cycle through, as I suspect we're going to see multiple different pit strategies. Holy cow, Kenner got loose. DJ closing right up onto AJ Gotzi, but got a little loose out of turn 2. Track temperature has gone down a couple degrees as we have cloud cover overhead now. Was about 134, now down to 132, but it is humid out there, 44% humidity. Kyle Holden still in the lead. AJ in second. DJ Kenner in third. Mark Dantuma is fourth. Kevin Reed up 7 spots into fifth. Mark Nelson sitting in sixth. Zach Henson up 6 spots into seventh. Matt Stewart currently rides in eighth. Jeff Hinkle in ninth place. Richie West up in the top 10 and 10. Chris Stroop currently sitting in 11th place, up 14 spots. Jared Heasley now in 12th. Tyler Hallahan up 6 spots into 13th. Ray Hillhouse up 3 spots into 14th. Patrick Coluccio having a good run tonight, up 8 spots into 15th. Albie Hewen struggling for the first time this season, currently sitting in 16th. Vern Spring 17th. Gerald Thanos Poole really struggling here tonight in 18th. Canadian Stick, Jason Rome a little loose off 2 in 19th, and Mike Smith in 20th. Rick Sargent 21st, Eric Stoy on pit road in 22nd. Donald Durant's 23rd, rookie Greg Snellgrove in 24th, and Kyle Mundell has completed his stop in 25th. Hey, good evening, Russell. How are you doing, buddy? Nicole, rain. I don't know about rain in an oval race. That could get interesting. Of course, when rain comes, we will test it with every single circumstance, just to see what kind of chaos we can cause. I'm looking forward to hosting a event with rain and fog. A rain fog night race with inappropriate cars on a road course. Good luck tonight at Kansas, Russell. Don't forget, y'all stick around. Immediately after BRR, we're going to go from Homestead to Kansas as the 3-wide Gen 4 series takes to Kansas tonight, and those cars on that track The ARCA cars on that track can get a little dicey. I can only begin to imagine what the power of those Gen 4s on that track is going to be like. Kyle continues to lead with AJ in second, DJ Kenner in third, Mark Dantuma in fourth, Mark Nelson battling Kevin Reed for fifth now. Matt Stewart lurking right behind. Here comes Jeff Hinkle and Zach Henson with Richie West lurking not far behind. Matt Stewart takes advantage, goes to the bottom. He's up to sixth. Zach Henson trying to make some moves on the high side, and Chris Stroop is gaining on this group. This is 5th through 10th place. Stroop not far behind. Stroop gained a lot out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. As you see, Stroop has been gaining on Richie West lap after lap. Richie now coming by Kevin Reed. Stroop is still gaining on him. Chris Stroop takes position from Kevin Reed, has just bumped himself into the top 10. Kyle Holden still in the lead. AJ Godsey still right there. DJ Kenner about 1.4 seconds back. Dan Tuma another 2.3 seconds back, and 2.3 seconds behind him, Mark Nelson leads Matt Stewart, Jeff Hinkle, Zach Henson, Richie West, Chris Stroop, and Kevin Reed as those 6 cars try and reel in the leaders. Jared Heasley coming to pit road. Jared in for his final stop. 4 tires and fuel. AJ Godsey was reeling Kyle Holden in, about to make a move for the lead. Had been looking low when the competition caution came out. Now there will be no competition caution to save Kyle Holden, and AJ Godsey is there. They have opened up a 2-second gap now on DJ Kenner. Matt Stewart haunting Mark Nelson. Stewart looking for the top 5. Oh, Nelson loose through 3 and 4. Stewart gets a run down the bottom. Matt Stewart cracks into the top 5. Chris Stroop, Chris, hold on to her. Great save by Stroop. He even holds on to the position. Wow, DJ Kenner is coming in. Matt Stewart said he was following DJ's lead. Probably see him in next time. We have seen some great saves out here tonight as AJ Godsey is back to the lead. Mark Nelson has gotten back up into fourth. Stewart holds on to fifth. And it looks like Stewart may be setting up to come in. He is. Matt Stewart headed to pit road. Chris Stroop still all over the back bumper of Zach Henson. Tried to pass him a couple laps ago, got loose out of two. He's going to try it again. Did not get loose that time, clears into seventh. AJ Godsey gives up the lead, he's coming in. Kyle Holden staying out. DJ Kenner is back out on track, 4 tires and fuel. And a lot of cars just hit pit road. Mark Dantuma, Mark Nelson, Zach Henson, Albie Ewens, Gerald Poole, Rick Sargent, Jason Rome, all on pit road. And you're seeing the difference. 4 fresh tires make as Hinkle hits. Chris Stroop takes the lead. DJ Kenner just ahead of him. Stroop has not pitted yet. Pit stops underway. Most of these drivers going 44 laps. Stroop is on his way to pit road. Coluccio is headed in. If he doesn't come in, that should give the lead to Vern Spring. Here comes Vern. Kyle Holden just completed his pit stop and should reclaim the lead here. And a variety of pit strategies playing out. As you can see, Snellgrove on a completely different pit strategy. Stopped on lap 64 and has put himself in 5th. Kyle Holden reclaims the lead after pit stops. A lot of cars rolling back out on fresh tires. Cold tires on the hot track. Kyle Holden has to be careful as he catches up to Mike Smith and Vern Spring. Holden goes up to the high side to put Vern a lap down. Vern several lap pressure tires. Kyle Holden easily slipping by to put him a lap down. AJ Godsey in second. 1.5 seconds back. DJ Kenner in third. Dan Tuma in fourth. Snellgrove, a completely different pit strategy, currently runs in 5th. Mark Nelson currently in 6th. Jared Heasley up to 7th. Ray Hillhouse 8th. Jeff Hinkle in 9th. And Matt Stewart in 10th. Take a look at the variety of pit strategies here. A lot of guys pitting 80, 81, 82. And there you see, DJ stopped on lap 78. Snellgrove stopped on lap 64. Heasley stopping on lap 75. Ray Hillhouse on 77. It'll be interesting to see which tire strategy plays out the best here. Hey, good evening, Patty. Gotta say, Chris has been on the charge tonight. Matt has been very consistent up in the top 10. Matt Curley running ninth with Richie West right on his bumper, and Jared Heasley up on the high side. Matt gets the better run off turn 2. Richie trying to decide who to follow. Matt Stewart quickly takes ninth place. And Chris Stroop in 13th, reeling him in. Kyle Holden extending his lead over AJ Gotzi. DJ Kenner still holds on to third. Mark Nelson sitting in 5th, Jeff Hinkle in 6th, Ray Hillhouse 7th, Matt Stewart in 8th. Newcomer Greg Snellgrove trying a different pit strategy in 9th. They're 3 wide through 1 and 2. Richie and Jared go. Jared, hold on to it. Jared's in the wall. Jared Heasley may be done. That got wild. The orange and white MS Society car off turn 2 gets loose. Pounds the wall. Snellgrove. You know what? We're going to ride along with Snellgrove on this one and see just how close it was in car for him. There goes Matt Stewart. There goes Jared. Jared gets way loose. Snellgrove starts moving quickly, way out of the throttle. That was by inches, folks. Great save by Snellgrove on that one. Kyle Holden out front, but clear track between him and AJ. DJ Kenner losing ground to the top 2. Mark Dantuma starting to reel him in. Mark Nelson in 5th, Jeff Hinkle 6th, Hillhouse in 7th. Stewart now up to 8th, Zach Henson in 9th, Richie West in 10th, and Chris Stroop reeling them back in. Remember, at the end of the last run, Chris Stroop picked up a ton of spots. He caught up to the 5th through 10th place cars and just started picking them off one at a time. He's closing back in on the same group. Mark Dantuma in 4th, now 1.6 seconds behind the Iceman. Gerald Poole really struggling here tonight. A bit of a surprise. I've seen him race this track before and does really well here, but has drifted back to 18th. Jared, I have to agree, buddy. Man, that was just wild. However, looking at the track temperature, I'm betting it is going back up to 134. And every time that track temperature has jumped, everybody has started slip sliding away tonight. Looks like Heasley's race may be done here early. A big hit in the points for Jared, who came in tonight 12th after picking up 3 spots last week. Worth noting, another driver who picked up a lot of spots last week, Zach Henson, moved up into 14th in points. Zach currently runs 9th on track. So a great points night for the 11 team. Chris Stroop has caught up to Hillhouse and starting to pick him off. But Kevin Reed has caught up here as well, and Hillhouse not giving up without a fight up top. Kyle Holden's lead now 1.6, 1.5. AJ is coming. DJ Kenner now 4 seconds behind the battle for the lead, and momentarily he'll have to deal with the Ford of Mark Dantuma up until the Ford explodes. Mark Nelson in 5th. Jeff Hinkle up to 6th place. Matt Stewart, Richie West, now pulling away in 7th and 8th. Zach Henson in 9th. Chris Stroop now back into the top 10. Stroop, the biggest mover of the night, up 15 spots. Stroop looks low off turn 2, does not have the momentum. AJ Godsey in 2nd place continues to reel in the leader. DJ Kenner trying to navigate lap traffic here. Mark Dantuma is close within 1 1/4 seconds. Mark Nelson now 6 seconds behind with Jeff Hinkle closing in. And Richie West coming alive. He struggled here early, but has come alive since the last pit stop and now up 3 spots into 7th. Chris Stroop has gotten by Zach Henson, now sets his sights on longtime friend Matt Stewart. Which I just have to say about Matt Stewart's car, drink a real beer, Matt. Patty, please talk to him about that. Oh, Richie way loose off of 2. He was gaining ground on Hinkle, but losing some after that incident. Matt Stewart was able to close back up within 0.6 of a second. Zach Henson in 10th, still looking at a huge points night here tonight. Kevin Reed in 11th, having to make up a lot of ground after early season and injury, keeping him out of races. Kevin came in 19th in points, made up 11 spots last week, looking to make up a lot more here tonight. Kevin has been in every BRR championship fight since the inception of BRR in 2020. Just like AJ Godsey, not sure how anybody would feel about it if Kevin or AJ was not in this fight at the end of the season. Kyle Holden's lead still shrinking, 1.4. AJ just not gaining as much ground now. It can be measured in hundredths instead of tenths. DJ has started gaining ground on the top two, but now 5.3 seconds behind. Kyle Holden looks at the spotter stand, gets 5 to go. Jeff Hinkle was gaining on Mark Nelson, has lost ground, and Richie West is closing in. He has managed to pull away just a little bit from Matt Stewart and Chris Stroop. Patty, as the father of 4 girls, I completely understand. Zach Henson in 10th place, losing ground here. Kevin Reed in 11th, trying to close up and make a move. Hillhouse coming back into the picture in 12th. Patrick Coluccio currently running in 15th, a big mover tonight, as is Tyler Hallahan, up 5 spots into 14th. Kyle Holden gets 2 to go. He has pulled a 1.8 second gap late in the run on AJ. Thanks, Patty. DJ Kenner holding on to 3rd. The gap between him and Mark Dantuma has stabilized at 1.5 seconds. Jeff Hinkle has his hands full. Mark Nelson and Richie West are coming quickly. Richie now taking 6th place from Nelson. Kyle Holden will get the white flag next time by. He will have to deal with some lap traffic though. And don't forget, folks, immediately after this race, we're going to Kansas. 3 wide Gen 4 racing. Holy cow, what a battle. Right in front of the leader. Kyle Holden, 1 lap to go. No changes right now in the top 5, but Richie West may be about to change that as he looks to take 5th. And out of turn 4 behind a couple of lap cars, Kyle Holden pulls off the win. Oh! Gerald Poole went, wow, Gerald Poole saves it. Worth noting, Gerald Poole did not take the checkered. He was in front of the leader. We'll watch this. When you're Thanos, you just snap the car back up on the track and go for it. All right, we'll talk to our top 2, DJ Kenner. Unfortunately, not available for interview. Hopefully one of these weeks we get to talk to him. Hey, AJ, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you, Doug.
Hey, a 2nd place finish after taking the points lead last week is definitely going to help here.
Yeah, 2nd's a good run here for me. This ain't one of my strong tracks, so to be able to run that good, and I ain't going to hang my head on it.
I have to say, you and Kyle had quite a battle going late in the run. It looked like you were able to run him down. That last few laps just looked like he just barely inched away from you.
Yeah, I was definitely better on the long runs. He would get away from me a little bit, then I'd reel him back in about time it was to pit, and then on that last pit stop, I just slid through my box a little bit and lost too much time.
Well, it was definitely an interesting race. We saw everybody struggling with the hot track, but man, you got it done. You came home in second. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Doug.
AJ Godsey comes home in second, and Kyle Holden wins again. Kyle, another win, but I have to ask, were you worried that last 10 laps with AJ?
Yeah, a little bit. He every other stint he caught me, and then I think I kind of figured out what he was doing to save his tire that much, and then we kind of just ended up pulling away. That, or he just ended up giving up and realizing there wasn't enough time to get there. But good win for us. Thanks to AJ for pushing us harder than we had to push, and that was a good race by everyone. That was a good finish. I was watching in front of me there between Greg and Gerald at the end there. That was pretty cool.
That was that had to have been an entertaining thing. Obviously, you knew your race was over, but going into turn one, seeing Thanos get sideways and then pull it back up on track, that had to have been a catch your breath moment for a second.
Oh, it was pretty entertaining. I realized, I had enough of a lead and I could just let them battle. I didn't have to worry about pushing around them or anything. So I let them duke it out there at the end, and they ended up giving us a show.
Well, man, great job. Another win. And let's see, what is that? That is your second win of the season. So another great run, and hopefully making up some ground lost last week.
Yeah, appreciate it. We got a new paint. We got our throwback paint on this week. Ready for Darlington. Huge thanks to Straight Arrow, Main and Tail, and everything for being on the car, Team Watson Racing, and all them. And huge thanks to you, Doug, for being in the booth.
All right, buddy. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
All right, folks, stick around. You don't want to go anywhere. You thought that race was good? Wait for the next one. 3 wide Gen 4 at Kansas coming here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.